G'day everybody and welcome back to this Learn Some Drums lesson. I'm glad to be back. For those of you that watch regularly, my laptop died right before Christmas and it took them ages to fix it just because everyone was on holidays. So I finally got my laptop back, I'm finally up and running. This lesson is for Thunder by Imagine Dragons. To kick this song off, there's some click and clap sounds, so to emulate that I'm going to play a cross stick on the snare drum. There's also some kick drum going on and just a couple of kind of toms. They're pretty muffled, but I think I'm just going to play them on the floor tom and the first tom. So altogether, the first verse will sound like this. At the end of that verse, we just come off right before beat 4, so that's going to be on the toms, just like this. Hang on to that groove because we're going to use it again in the second verse, but now we're up to our chorus. The first part of the chorus sounds like it's just playing 16th note hi-hats to me, with a couple of little extra flourishes and a few stops that are a bit tricky. If they're too hard, just leave them out and play 16th note hi-hats right throughout, but try and nail this kick drum and snare drum pattern because that's going to sound great to the song. So here we go. For the second half of the chorus, we have those big floor tom hits that are a real hook in the song, so I think we have to catch them no matter what. If it's a bit tricky, you can leave out the hi-hats and just concentrate on the snare drum and the floor tom, but I do think it's possible to get most of those 16th note hi-hats in and still play the floor tom pattern as well. So anyway, let me start with the easy version, and then I'll show you the hard version with the hi-hats as well. Now, even though I said that's the easy version, it is quite hard to get your right hand off your hi-hats, onto the floor tom, and then back onto the hi-hats again. So just take it slowly, have a muck around with it. If you need to leave out a couple of extra notes, then that is absolutely fine. It's up to you what sound you're going for. As I said, there is a hard version where I reckon we can keep those hi-hats going right throughout that section. So let's have a play with that now. So that is a little bit trickier just because you have to open up and concentrate on whether you're hitting hi-hats or floor tom or both together. When we move on, we're just going straight back into our verse groove again, so that's just the same as the first time. And then at the end of that, there's kind of like a synth choir right near the end, and we're just going to drop out those clicks, just play kick drums, and we've got a little fill at the end. So that will sound like this, end of verse 2. The bonus here is then we go straight back into our chorus, exactly the same as what we just did. So we're going to start out with just the hi-hats and then add in those floor toms for the second half of the chorus. The only difference is the fill right at the end, which sounds like this. to our bridge, which is very straightforward. We're going to drop everything out except for the kick drums and the clicks. At the end of the bridge, we play the same fill as we did at the end of the second chorus, and then we're going to stop for just a couple of bars. So let me play the fill. We break for just a couple of bars, and then when we're back in, we've got some big hits on the toms. Then we're back into our second half of the chorus, but it's flipped around. So we're going to have the fast floor toms first, and then the slower floor toms second. Hopefully that makes sense, and you'll be able to hear it in the song. It goes something like this. After that, we have the guitar riff outro, and we're just going to go back to playing straight 16ths, no toms in the groove at all, similar to what we did in the first half of the chorus right at the beginning. That's going to get you right through the song, so hopefully this has been helpful. It's going to be a bit of a challenge getting that second half of the chorus, but if you get it, it's going to sound fantastic when you play along to Thunder by Imagine Dragons. Good luck, happy practicing, I'll see you at the next lesson.